Hey guys, Matt, IronTrap Garage, and today we're going to go on a little adventure. You guys are always asking for more footage, and a lot of times there's things that I do in a day that I end up skipping over, or a quick little trip on a Sunday morning that we'll do before we'll film our episode, and I decided to start filming some of that. So you guys may remember we did a video where I went and visited my friend Carl, who is an older gentleman that is crazy for early Ford stuff, just like myself and probably a lot of you, and he had like, I don't know, 50 or 75 flatheads or something crazy like that we've been slowly going through. Well, with all the virus stuff, Carl's health is not the best, and I've been trying to stay away just to keep everyone safe. And with things getting a little more opened up, we've basically started coming over. He's asked us to come over and start sorting through parts again to try and sell them and get some of his collection down. So what we're going to do today, or over the next couple of days actually, is we're going to go over and just go through a handful of things for an hour or so a day and see what we can find in the different piles. I'm going to go through some of his engine pile and see if there's anything else hiding underneath there, or if maybe we see some kind of hopped up old flathead. And we're going to try and start going into some of the sheds and buildings and see if we find anything in there. And we'll bring you guys along for the ride as always. That's a burn barrel.
It was a burn barrel.
There's like a drive shaft in there that I sold that I got to pull out. Oh man. I don't know what's in this glass bottle, but it's like an old whiskey bottle. You need a gallon pitcher?
Actually, can we clean it up?
I think we could clean it up. Oh, look at that big ass spider. Holy sh**.
What?
There's a big ass wolf spider on it.
On it?
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, hi, buddy.
I was holding him, he was running towards me. Look at that guy.
Hey, what's up, dude? Can we have this, please?
Excuse me.
Wait.
Well, the cap's bad, but the glass is good.
Can we get a new cap?
Yeah, probably. Let's get rid of the spider first.
Okay. Hey, buddy.
Oh, let's put him somewhere that he's not. We're gonna not. Oh, he jumped. Look at him. They'll bite you.
I know.
You know how bad you get with poison ivy. Imagine a wolf spider bite. Where's he at?
Okay.
He's jumpy.
Yeah, they jump.
Where'd he go?
He's still here.
Yeah.
Nope. Jumped again.
Come on, man. Alright, so let's see what's... Got a couple mag wheels here. Oh, look, that's another one. I feel like there's spiders on me. Another mag wheel. Avenger. Ah. There's a matching pair. Okay. Is there like a block on the cart or no? Oh, I need this bucket. Watch the glass. Try and fold it back. And then fold one. Good God. There we go. Alright, so this is what I found the other day. But I didn't have Kate here to give me a hand. This whole section here is just filled with unknown mechanical stuff. I already pulled a couple of good transmissions out of here. It looks like rust to a lot of people, but it's good stuff to us. Let's see what we find. Juice brake drums, which are good for, they can be cut. There's some tube shock conversion. Here's a transmission that was broken. It has been strapped back together. Yeah, it's still good. This leaks a little. I'd say that one's junk. I think we might put that guy in the scrap pile. More transmissions. Ooh. Just brake. Drums. Nice, Andrew. Sorry, babe. Just set them down over there. Same thing there. Ooh. Here we go. Looks like a 39 trans. Hiding under there. Still shifts. Let's check it out.
There's some more drums.
Yeah, we found drums. Ton of stock intakes. All right. This one shifts and turns over, so I imagine it's like that 34 one or 35, or what was it, 35 or 36?
Something like that, yeah.
I think that probably like that one where it looks dirty, but it's actually a good trans.
I'm holding you up from playing with your cars.
No, I do that all the time. Just said
Yeah, he sent me photos yesterday or Saturday of his new toy, but I thought it was the old one yet.
He didn't know.
No, I went out to Pittsburgh and picked that one up.
And then he also got a new enclosed trailer.
Yeah, he told me about that too.
I've been busy.
He's been
Yes.
bored. He can't go to swap meets, so now he's buying big stuff.
Well, I'm hoping he finds some good stuff here. Doesn't look bad from here.
No.
Still shiny. I can see it reflecting off the sun.
Yeah, the gears are great in this thing. Yeah.
It just shows that it's what's on the inside that counts.
There you go. I keep telling June that all the time. She says, I haven't seen it yet.
All right. Well, bunch of transmissions, but we got all these stock heads, clutches, intakes. If anybody needs a stock flathead intake for wall decoration or you're doing restoration, we got all different shapes and sizes here, and they're cheap. They'll be very cheap. We're going to pull the tarp back a little further and see what we find underneath the next section here. Are you able to get over there? Just be careful. I don't think your side has too much poison. Goodness gracious. More transmissions.
All right.
Who would have thought? I think you own half the stock in early Ford transmissions.
I tried.
Flares. This is a side shift. Can't even get this stuff. This might be a Mercury crank. Here's a 59 AB block.
Well, you must be getting some of the engines now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 59. It's got the 59 heads, 59 block.
Has the heads and the intake on it?
No intake. I'm gonna grab the camera and just kind of get some shots over here.
Yeah.
All right, so we found a 59 AB block over here, hiding under here. It's got the 59 on the bell housing, and it's still got the 59 heads. I'm sure it's stuck. It's been under all these tarps for years, but complete block would be a great one to build. So we'll probably dig this one out pretty soon. Not today. I gotta get the cherry picker out and pull this out, but it's a good 59 AB block for somebody to put together and build up. Walking on engines. APA. Come on. There we go. Couple APAs. One there. Another one here. Jeez. No shortage of flatheads around here. Oh, what do we got here? There's an open drive top shift. I don't know if I can get to it. Side shift. Whew. Get my workout today. There we go. Oh, there's two of them. Found two more open drive top shift transmissions down here.
Do they have a shifter on?
Yeah, they do actually.
All right.
I just got to get them out. They're packed around some side shift transmissions. What's that?
On the side shift.
Yeah, we got plenty.
I think I have one in the garage.
I'm sure you have plenty in the garage. Of course it's stuck underneath. Exhibit A, why Matt's back is craggy. Jeez. I'm gonna move sideways here. The things we do for save old car parts. Just all the shift linkages. There we go. There's one. Woo. There's two.
That was much easier.
Yeah. All right. All right, we struck gold. Huh. All right, so the reason I grabbed these transmissions, these are open drive truck transmissions. Basically, they were used later on after 39. They continued using the floor shift design with the good synchros. It has a double detent here. And the other giveaway other than the double detent is it has the open drive setup with this tail shaft on it and has a seal in the end versus having it open for like a torque tube ball and socket setup. So this will have your good synchros in it, but it'll also be set up for open drive, which is pretty darn desirable. A lot of guys prefer these over the torque tube style, especially if you're doing like a early style build with a small block or something else where you want to keep a Ford trans with an adapter. You can run another, you know, like a Ford 9-inch or 8-inch or whatever in the rear, run this trans, get a drive shaft made, and it'll be much like you're used to with modern stuff. So these are pretty good transmissions. The gear ratios are usually pretty short, like first gear is usually really short on these because they are truck transmissions. So just keep that in mind if you're trying to run 411s with a 411 rear with this trans. You're going to have a first gear that's going to be almost unusable, except for pulling out stumps or pulling up a steep hill. So we're going to pull the top off of this and just check to make sure that it's good, and then clean it up a little bit, and then this one will be a good one to put in somebody's hot rod and send down the road. Alright, so we're going to knock the shifter top loose. Try and get the junk so it doesn't fall in it too much. Still got gear oil in it, believe it or not. So we'll, as always, check it, make sure that we don't see any shattered gears or anything in it. And it actually looks pretty darn good. Other than some gunk in the very bottom there, just as expected from old gear oil. Whew, stuff stinks. You smell it?
Yep.
My God. Dinosaur blood. That's what I call it. Yeah, so this trans looks pretty good. I don't see anything broken. It just needs a good cleaning. Teeth here aren't too rounded off or broken or chipped. So that's pretty good. This will have, I don't know if you can get a shot cape, but this will have the 90, it might be hard to zoom in, but there's a 91A part number you guys can check here to see. So I'll tell you that it's like a 39 style shifter top, other than the detents. On the side, you can also check this big shifter fork. I can guarantee if we measured this, it would be 3-inch. I don't even have to, because everything else points to it being the right thing. But I check that sometimes because you will find guys will put transmissions together and you'll see an 81A. But there's a 91A. It's really hard to see here. We'll take a photo of it and drop it in. But that's what you're looking for to make sure it's got the right shifter fork. All right, another day back at it. Today we're going to tackle digging a little bit in this little one-car garage barn thing that our friend Carl has. We uncovered a bunch of that really good transmissions and mechanical stuff. He has a bunch in here. We're trying to bounce around and clean up different areas. This area he keeps one of his tractors in. It's gotten to the point where they can barely get the tractor in and out. So we're going to try and go through it a little bit. We pulled some stuff for Hershey, but with Hershey not happening this year, I'm going to try and get some of this, see what kind of goodies we can find to try and free up some space in here, and see what we find, of course. All right, so like a lot of us, Carl, you know, has filled every little space he has with parts and old car and especially old Ford stuff. And this is one area I've been kind of going through in between our normal working videos and other stuff. I've been kind of going through here, and we got a lot of heavy stuff pulled out the other day, transmission and things like that, engines. But this is all kinds of just stuff. You know, there's trim up in the ceiling, grills, all kinds of stuff, that exhaust. He's got old aluminum intakes. These are factory Ford intakes. We're going to pull a couple of these down and photograph them and try and help him sell those. Those are easy to sell, you know, and ship. Bumper brackets and stock flathead exhaust manifolds all lined up. Some more intakes, and there's just boxes of stuff. I found some really neat stuff last time I dug in here. Carl has been going to auctions his whole life, much like I am. We're kind of the same type of person to an extent, and he had some in this area in here. I found a bunch of NOS like muscle car era stuff. We found some like 427 Cobra badges and stuff that we've already sold on, but you know, you never know what you're gonna find. More steering boxes. I know there's engines hiding back here. There's just some, you know, garage memorabilia type stuff. So we're gonna start pulling some of this out, and we'll see what I find. And of course, we'll be putting some stuff aside to take photos and list for sale here shortly. Alright, so we'll start in this little area here. I'm just kind of looking for some odds and ends to help clear out some space. I know there is a huge stack of factory heads all in here. Pretty much all cast iron heads. I'm not going to go real crazy going through all that because there's not a ton of requests for that. But if anybody's restoring a car and needs a set of heads, or if you want some wall hangers, we'll get rid of them super reasonably. Carl really doesn't want to throw away old Ford iron. And even though they're not desirable, we're going to keep trying to just find them good homes. So I already see some generator brackets for APA. Probably pull one of them to photograph. Dipsticks, flathead dipsticks. These go missing and get modified. Oil cap. Brake shoes. Never know what you find. Oh, these are factory Ford reconditioned brake shoes in the old box. I don't know what they're for, but it's got a Pensacola, New Jersey division of Ford where it came from. That's kind of funny. We don't know what that's for. Alright, so you can see what we're dealing with all the cylinder heads. Tons of them. APAs, 59 ABs. Some early ones, water pump in the head. More cast iron intakes, but it's neat. There's like different cars he parted out over the years, so you find the little bags of goodies. So this bag is filled with all kinds of escutcheons, or whatever the proper way to pronounce them are, but there's different, we'll dump this out here. Stuff like this, I'd rather just see it all go as kind of like a lot. Just pass it on to somebody, but this is all the stuff that gets thrown away. It's hard to find when you buy a project car. The days of guys like Carl that took every little part off of a car and they parted it out and saved it are gone. A lot of times now you get these project cars and they are missing all this kind of stuff, and then to find it, you're going to pay through the nose on eBay, or you have to wait for Hershey or one of those events. Of course, with Hershey being canceled, makes it a little harder right now. So we'll probably throw all these together as a little set, but neat little bag of stuff I found there. And then some gauges, or a gauge in here. Not sure what's in there. Oh, gauge with all the wiring. It looks familiar, but it doesn't ring a bell immediately. I'm sure somebody else will know straight away what it is. But we'll pull that out. Somebody's probably looking for that, so I'll probably pull this whole box out and see if we can get some of that stuff identified. So one thing I try and do when I'm helping out with different estates like this where we're selling and going through like mass amounts of stuff is I try and put together sets or things that are hard to find. So like for instance, doing juice breaks on these early Fords, the backing plates are like all over the place. You can buy them any day of the week. They're pretty easy to find. It's just a matter of how much do you want to pay. Part that's hard to find is the drums. Back in the older days, you could get these drums anywhere and they were really easy to find, but now the time has gone on. It's really hard to find drums, and a lot of times they're too thin to be cut. So if you're looking for drums and you try and buy brand new reproduction drums, they can get pricey really quick. And a lot of guys like the look of the earlier ones. What I've been doing with Carl is trying to find sets and selling them as sets. And for instance, under this pile here is a drum. So like I said, with these estates and collections that I'm trying to help out with, I try and do them systematically where we get all the drums together, or at least we wait to get a set of 4 drums or 2 drums and some backing plates and sell them as sets where we can. So here's a rear with the external hub on it. So obviously we want to find a match this before we sell it. The drum was taken off and it's got some chips, which are just superficial, but it is usable. But rather than scrap this thing and get like 50 cents, not even, probably like 10 cents or something for it, rather keep it around. It can be cut, it could be potentially used, and we could pass it on even if it's cheap. So there's a bunch of drums I spotted back here I didn't even know was back here, and I've been finding them all over the property, so we got to kind of put them all together in one spot, see what we have. Here's a bunch of these bell housings. They're all over the place. Probably have to get rid of these for reasonable, but flathead bell housings for 8BA style flathead. Here's a truck one. Truck ones are good because you're not going to use them a lot of times for the T5 or T10, whatever conversion. This is the bell housing you use a lot of times, so that's a good one. Back to the drums. Oh no, another bell housing. Whew. So yeah, when people ask for parts, it's hard to sell this stuff when it's all over the place. So if we can get it together in one location, or grouped together. Oh, there's a backing plate. So there's a front drum. I think it's a later style, 46, 48, or even later maybe. Maybe truck. But looks like it has good meat on it, so this one you could actually, it's not too rusty. You could probably even sand this and it would run all right. There's another one with 47 Ford. So there's the matching. Oh no! See, there we go. This was taken off of a 47 Ford apparently, as Carl had marked it, but it's got the 4 adjusters, so it's actually an earlier one. So we don't want to sell these as 47 Ford, even though he probably came off the same car because they are interchangeable. You know, you don't want to have 2 different styles, so we'll have to swap some backing plates to make a set. But this one has drum. The shoes are still in it. It's actually still super clean inside. So it's great. Some of the stuff that's stored inside is in really great shape. And it's just been hiding away for years. That, another one, a few more back here, 2 more. Another one with a drum, also marked 47 Ford. No guts, but it's got a good drum, plenty of meat. Front as well. Here's the match with the early backing plates. So we pretty much got a full setup somebody can convert. There we go. Awesome. It's got all these bumper irons here. Well, you don't want anybody to come in the deep of the night and clear them out. So if you nail it to the wall, you gotta make a lot of noise.
Yeah.
See that quite often. It's smart.
You gonna start nailing things to the wall?
If I didn't have a stone wall. This is a nice one, 35-36 for restoration. It's not all chipped up, so that's a good one. We'll take that and photograph that. All right, so after basically like a couple afternoons of digging, we got a bunch of different stuff. We went through and found a honey hole of transmissions and mechanical parts that I didn't know were there. Got some of them cleaned up and ready to advertise and sell. We've actually had a couple of them that you guys have been sending us emails asking for things and they were already sold ahead of time, and some other stuff that we didn't know we were gonna find. So as I mentioned throughout the video, and in the flathead video we did before, I'm helping Carl just distribute some of his stuff out in the world so that it doesn't get scrapped. Some of it's a little rough, some of it's in great shape, but there is an enormous amount of old stuff that when I get time I go over there and help him, and I do get a little bit of kickback for helping him sell some things, but honestly I just want to see this stuff go out into the world. A lot of the stuff we're finding I already have a bunch of and I really don't need, but I want to make sure that this stuff gets out to the world. And we're getting so many emails from people asking for parts that are starting Model A builds or 32 builds or whatever. I wanted to show some of the stuff that we find. You can obviously find this stuff for sale on our Instagram and our eBay, as we've mentioned before. We'll drop those links down below where we're always listing new stuff. Instagram is definitely the place that's the quickest moving. We list it there because there's no additional fees. So if you guys want to find something, send us a DM or send us an email. Follow the Instagram page to see stuff. We'll list like once or twice a week, start listing stuff. And also, of course, on eBay, you'll see stuff. If you see something on eBay you want to purchase, send us an email because usually the price is a little bit higher and you can haggle a little bit through email. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this quick little trip on just a normal day for us, digging through some old stuff. Thanks guys. Catch you later.